Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news. The latest whispers around the NFL are buzzing about a potential blockbuster trade that could significantly shake up the AFC North, and it involves none other than the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Another trade rumor, right? But this one feels different. It's rooted in serious conversations and credible sources pointing toward a very real possibility that Ravens could be eyeing a game-changing addition to their defense, specifically at the edge position. And the player in question, Danielle Hunter from the Texans. Let's set the scene here. The Texans, currently sitting at Fort Welve, are clearly in a rebuild mode, and their roster is in flux. Their defense has struggled quite a bit, especially in the pass rush department, giving up an average of 28 points per game. They're focused on building the trenches, with a heavy emphasis on bolstering their offensive line and extending their secondary. But their cap situation is tight, around $17 million, and with a roster that's still trying to find its footing, they're open to offers, especially for a player like Hunter, who's proven to be one of the premier pass rushers in the league. Now imagine the Ravens, who are desperately seeking to boost their pass rush and overall defensive pressure. They've been solid but not quite elite in that department, surrendering about 24 points a game. Adding Danielle Hunter could be the move that elevates their defense into the upper echelon, especially in a division packed with talented quarterbacks like Joe Burrow and Deshaun Watson. Hunter isn't just a good player, he's a demon off the edge, a true game wrecker capable of changing the course of a game with his pass-rushing prowess. His stats speak volumes. Over his career, he's accumulated an impressive 120 sacks, 480 tackles, and 24 forced fumbles. That's elite production. In 2025 alone, Hunter tallied 21 sacks with 38 tackles for loss, 52 QB hits, and a pressure rate of 34%. Even with a knee injury limiting him to 13 games that season, he surpassed his previous year's production of 17 sacks, showcasing his resilience and high-impact ability. His advanced stats are just as impressive, a PFF grade of 93.0, which puts him among the best at his position. When you look at his performance metrics, it's clear he's a disruptive force, with a win rate of 36% and an EPA per snap of -0.52, indicating he often forces negative plays for the opposition. The idea here isn't just about adding a star, it's about transforming the Ravens' entire defensive identity. Hunter's ability to generate sacks and pressure would complement Odafe beautifully, creating one of the most fearsome edge duos in the league. If the Ravens manage to bring him in, projections show they could be pushing for around 31 sacks as a front, which would be a significant upgrade from their current numbers. And it's not just about sacks. Hunter's presence would open up opportunities for other players to thrive, forcing quarterbacks to hurried throws and increasing turnovers. So, how would this trade work? Well, the rumors suggest that the Texans might be willing to part with Hunter in exchange for a first-round pick in 2027 and a third-rounder in 2026. It's a steep price, but considering Hunter's impact, it might be well worth it. For the Ravens, it's also about cap flexibility. This deal would free up around $24 million in cap space, giving them more room to maneuver in free agency or extend key players down the road. The Texans, on the other hand, could view this as a way to rebuild quickly, acquire draft capital, and focus on their future. The potential impact on the Ravens' Super Bowl odds is huge. Right now, their chances are around plus 2,200, but with Hunter on board, those odds could tighten significantly. Some projections suggest a bump to plus 1,000, a 55% increase in their Super Bowl odds. That kind of upgrade is the difference between being a dangerous playoff team and a legit contender. Hunter's addition would be a game changer, especially in high-pressure moments, like in the red zone or during third-and-long situations, where his ability to generate sacks and disrupt timing could be pivotal. And it's not just about the pass rush. Hunter's presence would bolster the entire front seven. His ability to stop the run, he's graded with a 92 run stop grade, would improve the Ravens' overall defensive efficiency. His history of forcing missed blocks and creating chaos in the backfield would make the Ravens' defense a nightmare for opponents. Plus, with the secondary already improving, allowing fewer completions and limiting big plays, adding Hunter would make Baltimore's defense one of the most complete units in the league. The Ravens would be able to generate more pressure with fewer blitzes, which means less risk and more coverage on the back end. Of course, there are questions about the Texans' side of things. They are capping at about $17 million and are focused on building their offensive line, which has already surrendered 47 sacks this season. They're also looking to extend their defensive backs, so trading away Hunter might seem counterintuitive unless they get enough draft capital and cap relief. The trade would give them 2 first-round picks and a third, plus a significant cap space boost, around $30 million in 2026. That could allow them to focus on their rebuild from a different angle, maybe target some high-upside players, or extend their core players to build a more balanced roster. In terms of the long-term picture, Hunter's addition could be a catalyst for the Ravens' defense, echoing the impact of past greats like the Steel Curtain. His presence would help them close the gap on elite teams, especially in the postseason where dominant pass rushers make all the difference. It's about creating a defense that can pressure the quarterback relentlessly, force turnovers, and keep the Ravens in the conversation for the Super Bowl. With Hunter, the Ravens' front could be as feared as the legendary units of the past, like the Ray Lewis-led defenses of 2012-2013, but with a modern edge. What about the playoff push? Well, adding Hunter would certainly boost their chances. His ability to disrupt the passing game, especially in critical moments, makes him an ideal X-factor. He would be a nightmare for pocket passers, and his pressure rate of plus 26% on QB hits would make him a constant threat. His impact in the red zone, where sacks are more critical, would be even more pronounced, adding an extra layer of pressure that could turn the tide of close games. All of this adds up to a compelling case for Baltimore fans. This move isn't just about adding a talented player. It's about transforming the entire defense into a force that opponents fear. It's about setting the stage for a deep playoff run and possibly even elevating the Ravens' Super Bowl ambitions. The franchise has always been about smart, impactful moves. This could be one of those moments that defines a new era of dominance. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to US and TO, the Baltimore Ravens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news. Remember, whether it's the possibility of Hunter suiting up in purple and black or the strategic moves that could reshape this roster, this is a story that's worth following closely. The Ravens are always looking to improve, always aiming for that next championship, and with a move like this on the table, it's clear they're thinking big once again. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep riding this roller coaster together. The best is yet to come for Baltimore, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.